These ladies of the night are going to expose some of man's dirtiest secrets, so let's see exactly what they have to say.
Ladies, it is 5:14 a.m. and I just want you to know this is something that I've been meaning to say for a long time. If you ever need to know in one sentence all you need to know about the opposite specimen, which is males,
I love how she had to whisper that.
is that ultimately they will always serve their own interests, period. It does not matter if
I mean, everyone is out there to serve their own interests. I don't think this is a gender exclusive issue, whether you're a man or a woman. I would argue that almost every single one of us are selfish by a huge margin, not even close.
they're legally married
And if you say that you're selfless, you're probably full of shit.
to you. It does not matter if you have a ring. It does not matter if you have their offspring. If you talk to any girl in nightlife, she will tell you, I will tell you, we sit down with the entire range of men. Like there's no discriminating like ethnicity, age, income level, etc. like anything. We see it all.
As long as you got money, you're getting some honey.
And there's no group that's more common than another, aka like we really see it all the time. So it just kind of contributes to the fact that I actually believe I know that people think that, oh, like it's only a certain guy that like goes to these nightlife scenes. No, it's really not. Like you would be very surprised. I see people of every industry, of every background, and I hate to see that. I hate to see that. I hate to say it, but it's true. And because it's just my sort of like, I don't know, occupation and means of income at the moment, I do have to compartmentalize as a woman, as a person doing my job. But when I do come home in these moments, like all I'm thinking is like, wow, I could never see myself like being in a real relationship, because I think at the end of the day, I think a guy can love you for sure. I think he can love you to the best of his ability, but I think like as a specimen, for the most part, I think there are some outliers, but for the most part, the majority of them are going to give in to their instincts, which is to, just to plainly put it, like get their dick wet. Like, I think there are a lot
Yeah, most men, they think with their dicks, myself included.
more instinctual
And if there's a man that tells you otherwise, he's full of shit.
and a lot more animalistic. And I hate to say, like, oh, us as women, like, we should accept it. I don't think that we should accept it. I don't think it's okay. But it is kind of reality. And I hate to be that person, like, saying that just because I work in the setting that I do work and I'm exposed to it more times than I'm not. Like, either I'm alone and at home and doing whatever I'm doing in my daily routine, or I'm at work and exposed to these men who are exactly like this, exactly what I'm saying. So maybe it's just my life, but I'm putting this out there because I think that any of you women who are dating, like on dating apps, like in the real world, whatever it is, it's all kind of the same. The majority of the men that I sit down with, oh my God, I hate to say, but it is the truth. The majority of them are married with kids, and I've become a very good actor at sort of reacting like, oh, okay, that's normal. But obviously, inside, I'm like, that's not normal at all.
I'm surprised that she's posting this because it could cause a couple of clients to shy away from her if they happen to see this TikTok by any chance. And she's got like a good amount of views on this too. So for her to post this, Yeah, it's a little bit wild.
Like, if I were somebody's girlfriend, like if I had a guy friend and I were a girlfriend, actually, I wouldn't even be in their position. So, like, I just can't even imagine being that way. But
Well, the big problem, at least from a man's perspective, is a lot of these marriages end up with a dead bedroom, meaning that most of these dudes have probably not laid down their pipe, so to speak, for at least a couple of years. So they have to get their jollies off somehow. And obviously, if they're still married, their wife lives with them, obviously. So that means they can't simply just fire up the dating apps and be able to pull chicks back to his place because, it's going to be a little weird with the wife and kids there. So the only other way they can do it is discreetly, and that's by going to these gentlemen's clubs or even just outright going to the street and bringing someone to a hotel, if you catch my drift. If you're in LA, then you know about Figueroa. That shit's got ladies of the night like that, for example. Not justifying any of it, because yeah, it is messed up, especially if the guy is doing it behind his family's back. Then yeah, I'm not there's no justification for that. That's fucked up. But I'm just telling you what's going on in that man's mind, especially even if he's married or has kids or whatever, or even if he's good looking. That's just what's going on in his mind. And then another point that I actually want to add before I let her continue is that even if the man is single and good looking and he's able to go on dates and bring girls back to his apartment or whatever, some guys, they just want the least amount, they just want to have sex with the least amount of effort, meaning that they don't want to, do all this texting. They don't want to, take them out for drinks or whatever, because that's going to cost them money anyway. So if they have to spend all this time and energy texting the girl, then taking them out on a couple of dates just to get her back to his place, some dudes, they would much rather just buy a lady of the night. That's it. They would just rent a lady of the night for a night, even if it cost them a couple $100s, simply because it saves them a shitload of time and they don't have to deal with any of the baggage that comes after you've built a connection and essentially, slept with the girl. Because sometimes that'll happen too.
because it's what I do, it's what I do. And unfortunately, like, if I were to cherry pick my demographic, if I were to have to make sure, like, oh, every single guy is single, like, I wouldn't have a job. So I know that I don't have to explain that. Like, I know that a lot of people will understand that.
Obviously, you wouldn't have a job, and the money's just too good in that kind of work, right? Like if you turn down every married person, you're probably reducing your income by at least a good like 60, 70%.
the, a man is choosing to like go outside of their commitment, like whether it's a relationship or a marriage or whatever, and that like someone like me is not the problem. But I, it's probably pointless to say, but I just want to put it out there that it's not something that is comforting to me, or it's not something that's enjoyable to me at all. Like, it's something that over time, since earlier this year, since I started sort of nightlife work, that I've had to just, I mean, I feel like I've become an expert at compartmentalizing, and I kind of hate that, but sometimes that's, just what you have to do. There are so many times where I feel like I do want to come on here and talk about my experiences and just rant and just say whatever, but for whatever reason, I am a little bit afraid to be, unfiltered and unhinged, because a lot of things happen on a weekly and sort of nightly basis that just aren't really sort of normal and have become normal to me. And I think because
I think it's also the safety issue that's a problem when it comes to doing this kind of nightlife work as a lady, is that the guy can seem good on paper. Maybe he'll pay you, but then he might get a little too crazy, so to speak, or he might try to drug you up. So there's always a little bit of danger that comes with being a nightlife mistress, so to speak. Even if you make it past the moral hurdles of doing this with a married man or whatever, that married man could be a fucking psycho for all we know. So there's a lot of danger that goes into this line of work too, I would imagine,
That, like,
just as an outsider looking in.
I've kept my personal circle very small, and I barely talk to people. I'm
Well, yeah, not many people would be able to relate to the stuff that you do anyways, because such few people do this kind of work.
incredibly introverted and almost not antisocial, but my social events are so selective at this point, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that a lot of people should be that way. And I do enjoy I basically like I really do enjoy the time I have by myself, and that's why I don't, you know, spend a lot of time with friends. I don't know why I'm saying this. Okay, I just watched that back, and I think basically what I'm saying is something that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time with my like small community here. And I feel like everybody who is here right now like has been here for a long time, even though I post so inconsistently and like whatever throughout like
Okay, so I think the rest of this video, she goes on a tangent. So I'm just going to stop that video there and go to the comment section. So let's check out some of these comments because they caught my eye. A couple of them caught my eye, like this one. Working in nightlife. Hang on. Here we go. Working in nightlife has been the final nail in the coffin for me deciding to never get married. And then the creator herself replies, no, me too. This job finalized my decision. So it's not just the men that are opting out of marriage, but the women are as well. And if I had to guess, it stems from trust issues on both sides, right? The man's usually worried that the woman's gonna leave him and take his money, whatever. But then also, these ladies also have trust issues, right? Because the man could be a psycho, so it goes both ways. The man could be a psycho. Um, what else? He could be abusive, which I guess falls in the line of being a psycho. He could be a serial cheater. Um, the guy could be a complete asshole and just take advantage of, I guess, being a main provider, so to speak. Because I know some of these ladies, they give up their jobs just to be a housewife full time. So then these men are abusing the woman financially. So it goes both ways, so to speak, right? Because in a way, I'm not a fan of marriage myself, and I would never do it because I also have trust issues. But I also get why these ladies aren't doing it either, right? Because there's a good amount of them that give up their careers to be housewives, and it's to the point where in a lot of these cases it's not worth getting the bag that they would get from divorce if they're spending all these years out of the workforce and not making any income, which is why a lot of these ladies are still somehow worse off after a divorce, even if they're the ones benefiting from it and benefiting financially from it, in a sense that they're the ones usually collecting half the assets. So yeah, both parties typically get screwed when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you're trying to do a standard, and I hate using this word, traditional family, but yeah, let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, this one too. 54 here, financially independent. She's telling no lies. So yeah, this woman definitely went her own way and decided to just live life on her terms. Good for her. My married friend gets so mad when I say this. It's definitely time for the girlies to start our own commune and just live with each other. I feel like some dudes are already doing this too, by the way. Like the bros just get a bunch of houses and it's kind of like a post college frat house kind of deal. But anyways, let's end this off with the next video over here because we got a second opinion from another midnight mistress, as they say. So let's do it right
I
here.
hate, I 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 hate when men come into the club and they start talking
and we just open with delete the apps. So this one is going to be a banger.
about some bullshit. Or like okay, this guy came
Turn her
in
up.
and at the bar, la 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 la, whatever. I'm like trying to, make fucking money off, bro. And he was like,
She's got mad tattoos. Side note, by the way.
no, why would I have a private dance with you if I can just like get free home base on like Hinge or Tinder? And I was like, ladies, that is what they're thinking. That
So see, my mind just exploded off of that statement. Because why is the guy going to a gentleman's club trying to get sloppy toppy if he's saying that he can go on a dating app and get it just as easily? That's not the case. That man is full of shit. I'm just going to be honest. I will expose that. That man is full of shit. If that dude had no issues getting ladies and he's going to say shit like that, then he might as well just go on the dating apps. And besides, I think Hinge is a little bit of a cap because I know most ladies that use Hinge don't try not to use it as a hookup app. They usually go to Tinder or even Bumble, or if they're really freaky, Field. But yeah, I think when most people use Hinge, they do it with a relationship in mind.
that is why you need to get your ass off those apps, bro. You need to get off the app. Is if the app is on your phone right now, bro, that's who's on there. Guys who are like, I'm smash, easy because why not? They act like it's like DoorDash or like online shopping. Dude,
This lady doesn't know. Most men don't get to treat dating apps like the DoorDash for the box, as they say. Nope. Most men don't get that. Most men, they barely get matches. So there's a reason why they're seeing you and they're willing to pay several $100s for a night with you.
I'll fucking, I will slap the fucking shit. I will slap the fucking shit out of you. I hate.
Will you slap the shit out of me though? I'd like to see you try. All right, let's see some of these comments here. Sounds like a smart man. Sounds like a bullshitter, if you ask me. Me telling them we can be pen pals until they take me to a nice dinner at minimum. LMFAO. Unfortunately for her, I don't do fancy dinners on the first date or even the second date. So with me personally, I only start doing dinners once I've already been in bed with the woman. After that, and I'm still into her, then yeah, I'll take her out on a couple dinners here and there. Let's see. See what else we got. Good message, wrong messenger. Also, if you're on the apps, put your stage name, not your real name, in case customers find you on those apps. But I mean, customers can find you anyways, right? Like this comment makes no sense because the customers can find you anyways just by knowing what you look like. Just go to any bar and get it for free. I mean, the guy still has to like buy drinks and shit. Sometimes even pay cover depending on the night. But yeah, that's about it. Some crazy stuff from these ladies. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.